So what we've got is effectively some lines that represent the ground floor and the ceiling level. And then we show the head from up from the floor. Most of our projects have 2400 high head heights for the doors and windows with the 2700 ceiling. So we've just set it up that's where we start. And then this is actually just a inserted elevation link. And it is inserted as a static link.
You just went to the window and the elevation view.
So I've just grabbed a elevation of any window whatsoever and whacked it into my template.
Yeah.
So now when I go, okay, this is window 1. Before I do window 1, I just, this is not a continuous line so that we can grow it really easy. We just go copy that across for window 2. So if I just jump to the elevation first.
Yes.
And go change link, copy, select the window, untick my rotations.
Copy the symbol name so you know which window it is.
Yes, just copy that. So if I select and right click copy, go OK.
Control C, yeah.
Jump to my elevation, right click. It now updates my symbol to match the one that I just copied off. I can then just go move and snap to my headline. I can then come down to my text and go edit. And of course I can just paste in what I cut from the symbol name, and I can just fill it in with the height is 1800, the width is 2050, the glazing is referred to the energy rating, or whether I want to call it double glazing, whether it's an aluminium frame or a timber. Helps if I can spell, and the style of the window. So in this case, it is an AW, it's an awning. And then I just delete that out and go OK. And go, OK.
It only has one Z.
Doesn't like my thingo, change that. And then I go, done it. I forgot to put it into caps lock. I've actually got a hotkey that I just hit, and that makes all the text capitalized.
So you took that window out of your elevation view.
So I took that out of my elevation. So if I go to say the side here, let's say it's this window here that we're going to do next, window 4. I go link change, copy, select that, untick my rotations, highlight the symbol name, copy, OK. Jump back to my table. This is this one that I'm editing, pops it in. All the windows work with sill height, so it doesn't line up the head height all the time. But because it's a static link and not a dynamic link, it means I can actually snap to the line work
with the corners
in the symbol, and then I can just edit my symbol. That was window 4. Edit my text.
You've always got to do it as a change.
So it's a link change. So I just want a new symbol. Okay.
Yeah.
That's old vanilla flavored.
Yeah.
Put in a couple of lines, starting at 0, 0, 0. However long seems to make sense. Insert. And we go, where do I get my windows from normally?
You're inserting and exploding to a set.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that. So instead of exploding to a set, I just want to go to embed static and add a point. And I'm going to go to my openings and pick an elevation, any elevation.
Elevation, yeah.
Rotate that will need to happen. So I would normally not insert at a point then. I would insert using dynamic rotate, which is that one.
Doesn't at a point let you dynamic rotate?
Insert dynamic rotate 3D, 90, 90, 90. No, insertion at a point doesn't let you dynamic rotate.
Oh, okay.
So what we want to do is rotate it around my Z-axis. So I'm going to use F2 and whack him in.
F2.
So
Let's
F2,
start from there and add notes later.
and that's my symbol. And I might go, as we use 2400 head height so often, I'll offset that 2400, put another line there, and my ceiling line's normally 2720.
The 2400 line on our template is non-plotting.
Yep, so I just select him, untick him from plotting, and change him to our purple color that we use for everything that's non-plotting.
What do you use non-plotting for?
Just for guidelines, for notes that we want to put in there that aren't plotting, for...
Why wouldn't I show that line?
Sorry?
Why wouldn't I show that line to plot?
Oh, in this particular case?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because we want to be fancy. Have them all floating there nicely between ground floor and ceiling level with a dimension up to the head height. So then we go dimension, working our dimension. So we're going to put a vertical dimension between here and there. Put in our text that said FFL. And head. Whacking my text and places and my little symbol for my window marker and all those sorts of things in below it.
Okay.
Obviously trim those lines back to something that is sensible to just be able to snap to for the next one. So my spacing's all nice.
So our non-plotting line is actually the width of a A3 page. Well, the spacing that we want the Windows schedule to be the width of in total, so that
So
I
it
know
gives
where to
you-
wrap.
So we make that line, trim its length to an A3 page, which is 297
By 420.
by 420. So we'll make it say 280. 2800 at 1 to 100 is 28 meters. So we'll whack that in so that it gives you a guideline to know that that's how wide a column I can work with for until I start running out of space on an A3 page.
Take off borders and everything else and you're done.
Okay.
And then you just go File, Save As, put them in symbols. We're going to call this
Examples or test.
sample.
So you normally put a new one in schedules. That's it, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
so ours lives in the schedule tab,
So it's easy to look
just to
for.
keep things organised.
Yeah.
But in this case, I'm just going to call sampling opening template. Okay. Jump back to our job for Tarago, and in our miscellaneous view, I'm now going to insert in. Now we can explode to a set. No, just completely
Explode. Yeah.
completely explode. Insert it. Symbols. What did we call it? Sample.
Yeah.
Up above schedules.
Opening template. That's the one we just created. Whack him in. Is a little bit more vanilla flavored than all these standard notes that we have and the labeling and everything, but you get the idea where we're going. Now we just go to my elevation. Let's say we're going to make it a door schedule item. So we go change link, copy. That picks up the door. Copy.
Untick.
Untick. Got to remember to untick. Jump back to there, and that becomes our front door. Now you obviously want to just make sure that that is opening the same direction as the other front door. And in this particular case, he's got 2 side lights, so I can just go copy, pop that on that side. Didn't line up real nice. Copy that to there and go back to our elevation, and I would go change link, copy, untick. Okay, jump back here, and I know my 2